Heyo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. My name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader, now the current head trader at True Trading Group. For those of you that do not know, TTG is the fastest growing, highest rated premium educational platform available today. And at True Trading Group, results matter, folks. And because they matter, we have one simple goal, and that's to help you to learn, trade, and profit. If you are new, make sure you like and share this video. Most importantly, make sure you are subscribed to this channel because 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, we go live totally for free right here on this YouTube channel. But myself, other TC Pro Trader moderators and special guests drop golden nuggets and provide you guys with free lessons that are going to help you become better traders. But why should you listen to anything I share with you on these lives? Guys, I didn't figure this stuff out on my own. Began my career working for a fund in New York. My very first job out of college, 2007, then 2008 happened, the Great Recession, the housing market crisis, stock market crash. But it was during that time that I actually went on to receive one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Guys, before they let me touch even $1 of their money, I first had to go through an intensive training program. I had access to some of the top trading tools, and I was part of a community of like-minded traders, and that is exactly what the TC platform is based on here now today. What a week. What a week. A great week for us inside chat and True Trading Group, but also a great week in the overall markets. This is two of the strongest overall days in the market that I have seen. And the last 2 days in the market have been so strong. I don't remember the last time that I've seen 2 days like this that were this strong. From a technical standpoint, you know, I honestly don't. Like, and I was thinking about it today, the last time that I saw back-to-back days like this. If today's move or the last 2 days, if the last 2 days move in the market was to the downside, the whole world would be in complete panic right now. The moves to the upside the last 2 days have been extremely strong, extremely broad. We're going to talk about how this happened in the overall markets in just 2 days. How could the market sentiment shift this quickly? And what does that mean for the market correction that we've experienced in the last month and a half? Is it now official? Is that correction over with? Do we now go back to all-time highs? What's next now? The market's been playing this seesaw game for the last month. It's time to figure out where we go from here. We're going to talk all about that while we wrap up and recap the trading session of the week. And before we do that, guys, we're going to go through an extended Q&A session here. We're going to allow for you guys to ask questions, whatever it is that's on your mind. Do not be shy. Do not be embarrassed. Remember, there's no such thing as a stupid question. The only thing that is stupid is to not ask the question that you have. So without any further ado, folks, let's go ahead right now. Let's begin that Q&A. Begin typing your questions in chat right now. All right, guys, and then to help me with this Q&A session, we're going to be bringing on the man, the myth, the legend himself, my partner and co-founder in True Trading Group. Everyone, welcome Adam.
You like how I got ready just then?
I did. I saw you put your glasses on.
Mm-hmm. I put the headphones on because I feel safe.
No, I didn't. You're like, okay, I'm coming on. People are going to see me. I have to look smart. Look smart. Look smart.
Oh God, look at it. I got to get a haircut. This is.
Just don't shave your head like you always do.
I'm not. I'm going to do something different. All right, let's get into some questions. I will make you big, me small. Let's pull up the SPY. Helping you out today, buddy. I know your throat hurts. I got you.
Thank you.
All right. First question is from Jimmy Robertson, and I'll read you the question, Michael. What causes a stock like JSPR to halt to the upside with high volume and then open $2 lower on resumption?
I got to tell you, I absolutely have no idea. When this happened today, coming out of the halt, I actually said in chat today that this was one of the strangest trading halt resumptions that I have ever seen. I do not know why the stock shot. This stock went from 1450 to 17, halted, and then reopened for trade back at 1475. I honestly couldn't tell you. I really do not know why the stock opened all the way down there at 1475. What I will tell you is when a stock halts, it's halting because of volatility. And what happens is the exchange pauses trading in the stock to allow for time for the market makers to catch up to the order flow that they've received so that they can match the prices of the orders so they can maintain an orderly market. The only thing that I can think of is, for whatever the reason, when this stock was halted, market makers had order flow that matched at a much lower price for sell volume. But then typically you would expect then the stock to move down if that were the case. But instead, right out of the halt, it actually moved higher. I made a little bit of money on JSPR, nothing to write home about. Did not get the squeeze through 18 that I was looking for, which is your double top all-time high on JSPR. This was your prior high on JSPR. And I was looking to see if we were going to be able to break through that. I'm sorry, there it is. So there's your previous high at that $18 level right there. And I was seeing if we got through that, I thought we were going to really squeeze. And coming out of this halt, I stepped in here. I actually got long JSPR right here. Took a little piece of profit off as we got up to the highs, and then we never got the follow through, so ended up exiting. I took another piece of profit here just to kind of reduce my risk on the trade, and then I got flat the trade right here. So a little gain. I did not get the big squeeze through 18 that I was looking for. So I just made a little bit of money on it, but I really, it's one of the strangest trade resumptions that I have ever seen, seriously, in my career, off of a volatility halt. It was very, very, very odd.
And Mike, I'm seeing a lot of questions in chat, people saying, oh, do you think it'll bounce back? Do you think it'll bounce back? I would assume, and Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, but typically when we see that question, it's usually because people are still holding it, correct?
Yeah.
So maybe as a two-parter, give your opinion on, do you think it bounces back? And then also, maybe some words of wisdom as to not get caught in a baggie, perhaps.
Yeah. I don't think it bounces back. And let me explain to you guys why. I think that there is, I think that there's got to be some institutional insider selling on this stock. Based on the way that this stock has traded the last 3 days, in my opinion, you could have early investors or early institutions that gave the company money that have maybe converted, debt into shares or something like that, or depending on when the company went public, that are selling positions. You also could possibly have maybe somebody knows about an offering that's coming up with the company, that the company's negotiating an offering, and maybe they're going to do something there. And that's why you're getting all of this selling pressure coming into the stock. I just feel that if this stock was going to trade freely, that this afternoon was the absolute perfect short squeeze setup. One of the most perfect short squeeze setups that I think we've had in the last several weeks. And the fact that we were unable to squeeze even after we broke up through all-time highs with really heavy volume, the fact that the stock was still unable to move higher is very problematic in my eyes, which is why I ended up getting myself out of this position. If this thing was going to really squeeze and there was a heavy short position in here and the selling pressure that we were seeing, if the selling pressure that we have been seeing was in fact short selling, that would have squeezed out right at that moment. And the fact that we did not squeeze at that moment makes me feel that the selling pressure you're seeing on this stock, when we get up here, you just take a look at this. Every time we get up into this price range, you start to experience, this selling pressure, right? Every time we get up here, you get the selling pressure. And I'm beginning to feel that this is not short selling up here, that this could be, institutional liquidation up in that range. So, there's no way for me to know for sure. But I just, based on price action, I'm not really confident the stock bounces back. But who knows? The company could come out with a press release on Monday. The stock can gap up to 20, and then it'll completely change everything we're talking about here. But without a press release, I don't think the stock bounces back. I think it actually trades back down to 14 on Monday. And then when it comes to just holding on, guys, holding, hoping, and praying is not a good strategy. It's not a good trading strategy. Holding, hoping, and praying. You got to stick to your stop losses. We have something into TradingView that we call No Baggy Fridays. And that is just making sure that you guys are not holding on to any bad positions over the weekend, hoping and praying that they're going to bounce back. And if you're long this JSPR and you're down money on it, and you should have stopped out, but you didn't, no baggy Friday. Always remember that. But we have some people that are long this from, $14.50, $15. You have some people that are long this. And if that's the case, it's not necessarily a baggy. You're still up money on it. But I just don't think that this thing, the price action today, this afternoon, surprised me very, very much. And I don't think we're going to, I think it pulls back because of that.
All right. So while people type their questions in chat, Mike, I'm gonna do something here that you're gonna be wowed at. You ready?
Ready.
We cannot go another minute in this live stream without talking about Bitcoin today. My God.
Yeah, where are we at right now?
We are at over 62,000 right now.
Over 62?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep. The chart you're looking at is in real time on the True Trading Group platform, nonetheless.
Heyo.
Humble brag. All right. So talk to me, man. What are we looking at?
I think all signs point higher for Bitcoin. I think that the recent pullback that Bitcoin experienced when it went back down into the 30s was actually a very, very healthy pullback. It was, in my opinion, very methodical. It was very controlled. And I know it was volatile, and Bitcoin still is volatile, but for Bitcoin, the volatility is starting to slow down. And I know the moves are still a lot more dramatic than like overall equities markets are. I know that, but the price action on Bitcoin is becoming a lot more controlled and a lot cleaner. And that to me is a sign of just continuously increasing institutional involvement. And as more and more institutional money gets involved in Bitcoin, the trading action and the price action should stabilize, because there's going to be less emotional trading that goes on from an institutional standpoint than there is a retail standpoint. Retail traders are extremely emotional. Retail traders, cause things to overshoot to the upside because of FOMO. They cause things to overshoot to the downside because of fear. Institutional traders are very methodical, and they're very analytical in their buys and sells. And when they think something's overvalued, to take profit, to keep it from going too crazy. And when something's undervalued, they say, hey, this is a floor. I'm going to buy everything I can at this particular price. We had Michael Saylor on here just the other week talking about Bitcoin. And, one of the things that, if we had Michael Saylor come back on the live stream right now, and I said, hey, Mike, what's the floor that if Bitcoin got to a particular price that you're just going to buy as much as you possibly can, as much as the market would feed to you? And I'm sure Michael Saylor probably has a price that he says, listen, if Bitcoin got to X, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to buy everything I can at that particular price. Anyone that's willing to sell me a Bitcoin at that price, I'll buy it, because he'll believe that fundamentally there's just the value of it is stable there. Retail traders don't do that. Hedge funds, Goldman Sachs, all your major institutional players, asset managers, they do. Kathy Wood will sit on the bid of a particular stock because she thinks it's worth more than that current price, and she'll buy as much of it as she can. So I think all signs point higher. You had some news today about the SEC approving a Bitcoin futures ETF. Some people were upset. They want a pure Bitcoin play ETF, which they don't have that yet, but they've got a Bitcoin futures ETF, which is, again, just continuing advancement and acceptance for Bitcoin as an asset class, and regulation is a good thing. We talked about this with Michael Saylor. Guys, I would, if you're interested in crypto, I would definitely, when we're done here, I would take some time and I would go back. And Adam, do you have the date on that, bro? I don't remember.
Yeah, I actually, if you look at the screen right now, it was Friday, October 8th. The day that
1 week ago, exact 1 week ago today.
The day that he came on and started talking about it, we were at just about 53.9, so $54,000 was the price. So if ever there was a time to to have gotten inspired from a live stream, that would have been it.
Yeah.
You know,
I would tell you guys all, if you're interested in crypto, when we're done here, I would go back and watch our live stream from October to October 8th, which was literally just last Friday. Just an amazing interview with Michael Saylor. And if you're interested in crypto, you know who Michael Saylor is. Multi-billionaire, CEO and founder of MicroStrategy. The guy owns like over 100,000 different. He owns over 100,000 Bitcoin. Just an absolute, beast in the crypto space and one of the leading voices in the industry. And he spent a lot of time with us on Friday and answered a lot of amazing questions and gave some really good insight and perspective on Bitcoin, the crypto markets, the future of it. And if you're interested in it, I think you got to do yourself a favor and go watch that live stream. You can really, really, really learn a lot and really be inspired. Not to mention the price of Bitcoin was 54,000 when we did that video. The whole video is basically why you should buy Bitcoin. And now here we are at 62 1 week later.
Yeah, I mean, look, but also in everyone's defense, I mean, you ever seen a chart like this other than the SPY maybe?
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean, that is ridiculous.
It really is. It really, really is.
It is absolutely. It's just, I mean, hopefully it goes and it just like, this spells, this makes an N instead of a Mike.
I actually do hope that it double tops at your all-time high and pulls back a little bit. It'll make the move to the upside to new highs stronger if it does that.
Why is that? What? And that's just not for this. That's for any.
Yeah. And I'll talk.
So all right. So real quick. So a double top, right? And I'm a layman, but like a double top would mean that it goes up to a high, pulls in, goes back up to another high, and then pulls in again before it goes.
Well, not necessarily, but like double tops are usually bearish chart patterns when double tops are actually stuck and when they're confirmed. But you have you have the clear all-time high on Bitcoin that you can see right there, right in the center of your screen, and you can see we're approaching that all-time high now. So what I would much rather see is I'd rather see Bitcoin not break through that all-time high right now, because the move that Bitcoin has just made is a big one. Okay. So you can see that the move to the upside is a big one, which is really, it's using energy for the stock I keep calling it a stock. It's using energy for Bitcoin to get up to that price because it's such a strong move. I would rather see the stock pause at the stock. I said it again. Just habit, guys. When you say stock for 17 years, it's tough to say something else. When you see Bitcoin, I want to see it top out at the all-time high, pull back again, back down into, let me see your chart here, back down into the 50s, and then reset. Okay, like if you draw like a diagonal line, Adam, down from the current price, right down to like your previous little pivot high, like that's where I'm looking. Yeah. So like I'd like to see a little bit of a pullback. Not that deep, just right to that previous pivot high that you see directly to the left. Yep. But have it do that over. There you go. That area right there is where I would like to see Bitcoin kind of settle itself in and pull back to that area, recharge its battery, rest up a little bit before eventually moving higher and then breaking through all-time highs. When a stock or Bitcoin or anything breaks through an all-time high, you'll have more momentum to the upside, or you'll have more follow through to the upside if the move that got the security or the asset up to that high was smaller. The smaller the move up to that high, the more follow through you can have, because it's coiled up like a spring. So like when something goes through a consolidation, it's coiling, it's building energy, it's bringing in new buyers and getting out your current sellers. So then when you make the break, it has more energy to continue higher. But when you have something that is just going higher, and then it reaches its all-time high, it's already used a lot of energy to get to that high because the move was so dramatic. It's like, think of it this way. Think of it if you had to run a race, and let's say the race was a mile long, and I said to you, okay, I want you to walk walk your race all the way up till 9/10 of a mile, right? Up until 9/10 of a mile, you get to walk. That final 10th of a mile, start running. And you run as far as you can until you get tired. Versus if I said to you, run as hard as you can, walk up until half a mile, then run as hard as you possibly can until you cross the mile and go as far as you can until you run out of steam. Scenario number one, you're going to be able to run further past the mile mark than you will be able to run further past starting from the half mile mark, because you would have exhausted less energy running from the 9/10 of a mile forward versus starting running from the half a mile forward. You guys understand that analogy? So that's why if Bitcoin's going to break through its all-time high now, I don't think it's going to go as far before it has another pullback and resets. But if we go up to the all-time high and then pull back and then recharge our battery in the 50s, then make that break, then you got a lot more upside, and you can be looking at 75K, 80K. You can look for a much bigger move to the upside. And that's just, some general technical analysis and momentum analysis. And I hope that analogy that I just gave you with the runner, I hope that is a good way for you guys to understand that concept.
It just looks similar, or am I not looking at it correctly?
Looks similar to.
So Bitcoin is on the left and the SPY is on the right, like all the way, as far back as we can go. So, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it does. It's sexy.
So, it is. All right, shameless plug. Oh, look at that. All right, going back in one chart. Bring back the SPY for us. Okay. All right, what's next? Keep the questions coming, guys. We're here for you. If you don't ask questions, we got nothing to talk about. And that's not true either.
Have your questions in chat, guys. We're here. I know it's Friday, but we are here.
All right, this is a good one. This is speaking on the topic of technical analysis. Here we go from Jay Hunter, right? Jay Hunter says, Mike, how do you use the RSI, which is the relative strength index, right?
Yeah.
Or indicator, to determine when it is a good time to initiate a trade? I get the overbought, oversold part. How do you use that info to initiate a trade? So assuming that nobody know, I'm sure some people know what overbought and oversold, whatever. Let's keep it really simple. What is RSI? Hold on. What is RSI, and how do I use it to identify when to initiate a trade? And you can actually tell me, and I can put it on the chart if you'd like.
Sure. So RSI, guys, is an indicator that gauges relative strength. That's what it's called. It's literally relative strength is what the RS stands for. And this is one indicator that, mind you, should not be the holy grail for making you decide you're going to get into a trade or not, just like no indicator should be. I don't make my trading decisions based off of one indicator. That's first and foremost. You guys will learn as a member of True Trading Group, professional technical analysis will allow you to understand how different indicators work in conjunction with one another. So that, I'm not going to buy something because one indicator is telling me to. I'll buy something because 3 or 4 of them are telling me to. And relative strength is going to give you a reading from 0 to 100. And anything that is over 70, and it used to be over 70 is overbought. Now, this day and age, with the speed of which stocks are moving and the volatility, it's more like kind of over 80 is really overbought. Anything under 30 is considered oversold. Anything under 20 is considered really oversold. And typically, traders will use this RSI indicator to identify shifts in trend. So if you have, let's say, a stock that has been beaten down, maybe came out with a piece of news, and the stock really sold off, and that RSI reading gets down to like 23, but it's at a key support level. Like a trader might say, okay, it's got an oversold reading on the RSI and it's at a support level, so I'm going to buy it, because typically an oversold RSI could indicate a potential bounce is coming, just like an overbought RSI could indicate a potential pullback is coming. But guys, it is not the holy grail. Do not just go and start buying every single stock that has an RSI under 30. Not a good trading strategy, because I can show you stocks that have had, hot or oversold, overbought or oversold RSIs and continued in that direction for another month or so. You've got to use the RSI in conjunction with other indicators that are going to give you some insight into the future price direction of this stock. Whether that means, you're combining it with a MACD indicator, which is another indicator that I really like using on a daily chart when you're talking about overall trend. But don't just rely solely on the RSI, but, generally speaking, over 70s overbought, over 80s really overbought, under 30s oversold, under 20 is very oversold.
I saw a question in here. I got to find it now, but keeping on well, maybe this will be the last real technical analysis question for the moment, but somebody said something in here. I wish I could find it. I just saw it and I was too busy playing with the charts. So Holden Tudix says, "Oh, Holden Tudix, got it, got it. Yo, 10 points, 10 points." Very good.
Wow, great username. Oh,
very good. Very good. All right, that's nice. RSI is useless. The moving averages. Use the moving averages. That's where RSI comes from. You want to expand on that from Holden to Schmeckles?
Yeah. Yeah. So listen, listen, RSI is not useless. To say that is just ridiculous. There's no, it wouldn't be such a widely used indicator if it was completely useless. So just because you don't use RSI does not mean that it's useless. I don't use Bollinger Bands, but I don't say that Bollinger Bands are useless, because there's other successful traders around the world that use Bollinger Bands extremely successfully. Just because I don't use it doesn't mean it's worthless. What I will say is that any indicator on its own is useless in my eyes. That's what I meant by I don't go off of one indicator. Like, you're never going to see me buy or sell a stock just because one indicator is giving me one particular reading. That's never a good enough reason for me to enter a trade, or for me to get out of a trade. But that's kind of so. Holden, I agree with you in a sense that
please don't call him Holden. Please don't do that.
I'm calling him Holden. All
right.
But, just like, I will agree with you in the sense that one indicator on its own is useless, but I'm not going to say that the RSI is useless. I've made good trades using the RSI.
Right. Tell us what the difference is between the RSI and the moving averages, and how you would use that compared to RSI.
They're two totally different indicators.
I know, that's why I'm asking.
So they're two totally different indicators. So your moving averages, like a 50-day moving average, 100-day moving average, 200-day moving average, is literally a rolling average of all the closing prices of a particular security over that time period. So if it's a 50-day moving average, it's the average closing price of that security for the last 50 days. If it's the 100-day moving average, it's the last 100 days. The 200 is the last 200 days. They calculate different things. So yes, a lot of people use moving averages as support, resistance levels when you're looking at a daily chart or even a weekly chart, and then they'll use those as potential support and resistance zones, and then coincide that with an RSI reading. So like, if you think the 50-day moving average is going to be a level of support, when a stock reaches the 50-day moving average, if it has an oversold RSI, that could be a buying opportunity for that particular stock.
So you can use it in conjunction with one another.
Absolutely.
All right. And then just to show you guys what that would look like. There you go. Correct?
Boom.
Boom, boom. Cortese says, oops. Sorry about that. Hang on one second. Where's the question? Lost it. All right. Let's see here. Let's talk about BBIG. What's going on with BBIG? Let me pull it up for you. So get rid of that and get rid of that. And 5-minute chart, okay, Michael?
Yeah, 5-minute chart's fine.
All right.
I'd rather start. You can actually put up the daily chart first, or for this part, if you want me to put it up this way, I can.
No.
Faster.
Tell me, I'll do it. I want to use this.
All right. I mean, you're not gonna be able to draw as fast as I can.
It's okay.
Pull up a daily chart of BBIG. Okay. Draw a line across like $7.55, $7.60, that area.
From here to there.
Yep, just draw a horizontal line straight across it, across that price point. Okay, now what you will start to notice, guys, you see that crooked line that Adam just drew because he has difficulty with his mouse. There's a horizontal line feature on there too, Adam. It'll just automatically give you a straight horizontal line.
Oh, all right. Well, cool, bro.
instead of you having to manually do it. But
here, 750. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. All right, guys. So what you will notice, and Adam, you can see too, if you look on the chart and you start at September 7th, Adam.
Yes, Michael.
If you look at, I'm going to need you to draw more if you want to use this chart.
Please.
Okay. So if you start over at September 7th, you'll see support on September 7th at this price point. Then on September 14th, September 15th, September 16th, and September 17th, you'll see that the stock was unable to get below that 750 price point. Okay. Since then, you've broken below that 750 level. And then you'll notice that on September 21st and again on September 27th, we were unable to get above 750. So this level was a key area of resistance for the stock. Okay. It was previously support. It's then became resistance. And now yesterday we broke above that level. And now today you got a little extension up to 9. And now you're experiencing a pullback. If you get a deeper pullback on BBIG, you want to see that 750 area hold. 750 was a key price point for this stock when it was back in September. It was then another key price point. It was a key price point for the stock for support in early September. Then it became resistance for the stock towards the end of September. And now you want to see if it becomes support once again. And if it does become support and we consolidate above 750, let's say Monday, Tuesday, we just sit between $7.50 and $9 and we just trade around $8.50. That's a good sign for the stock to be gearing up, kind of recharging its battery for a potential move back up to test highs.
And I learned how to do automatic horizontal lines while you were doing that. So we're good now. All right. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Cool. Next question. Here you go, Mike. This is from O'Haines Tubaruki. You did not get me there. That's an actual name, I think. Hi, Mike. Is there a reason why you don't use the 20 EMA? I feel like a lot of stocks bounce back of the 20.
Yeah, sure. They do. They also bounce off the 50, the 100, the 200, the 9 EMA. There's a lot of different moving averages. There's nothing wrong with using a 20 EMA. There's literally nothing wrong with using a 20 EMA. It's a very commonly used moving average. That's the exponential moving average for those that are wondering what EMA stands for. So it's just another moving average. And just like I said, just like how I don't use Bollinger Bands, doesn't mean that Bollinger Bands are a bad indicator to use. You absolutely, most certainly can use a 20 EMA. It's a very, very commonly used moving average. There's no reason. I just, throughout my trading career, I just, never really relied on it. That's all.
All right, here you go. Here's a good one. This one is from Reggie Beth. I see what you did there. I'm just kidding. How do you stay focused on your watch list when nothing is moving? I tend to look elsewhere and miss a move on my watch list stocks.
I mean, good question, Reggie. It's just self-discipline, man. You know, I mean, I'll when I have my watch list and I'm looking to see, what is stocks, if the stocks on my watch list are moving, I'll give them, maybe the first 15 or 20 minutes of the day. But after that, I start to drift away and start to look at other things as well. Sometimes I'm the victim of what you're talking about as well, where I'm looking at a stock and I turn away, I look at something else, and then I miss the move that I was watching for the entire time. I mean, that happens to me too. I mean, we're humans, right? We can only focus on so many things at once. And if the stocks on your watch list are not doing what you thought they were going to do, it's only natural that you're going to want to go search for opportunity elsewhere, right? You're going to want to search for opportunity elsewhere. That can sometimes cause you to miss that move. I think you just have to give stocks a little bit of time, like off the opening bell. I mean, 5 minutes, 10 minutes into the day, that's not enough time for you to lose interest on something. I mean, if something's on your watch list, it's on your watch list for a reason. And as long as that chart setup is intact, you should keep it on your watch list for the whole morning. Keep it on your watch list for the whole morning. Even if you are looking at other things, make sure that you still have maybe a price alert you can set on that particular stock where, if you're looking at this stock to hold $5 and you're saying if it gets above 550, you're gonna look to take a trade on it. You can set a price alert for 550, 555, and that's how you guys could make a distinction on keeping an eye on that particular stock. So even if you're not looking at it, your platform can notify you that the stock has gotten to that price point. So that's probably one of the best ways that you can still keep an eye on something that was on your watch list, even when you go and deviate, start to look at something else.
So also just to let you guys know, we also in True Trading Group have within the simulator, even if you're not paper trading, you could go in there and set your price alerts with expirations, and it'll send notifications to your email and your cell phone automatically. You just go in and you click on add widget, and you would set the price alerts, come here, select add, put in the symbol you want. So here we can do Tesla. We could do by bid, ask, or last price, 84 right there. And then you could set the time and date that you want. So this will go till the 16th, which is tomorrow. I know tomorrow is closed, but you would hit OK. And there you go. It would have the alert pop up on the bottom through push notification and would send email. You could create an entire list like this inside of the True Trading Group platform. Fun little tidbit.
Nice. I like it. Guys, use all these things. All these things Adam is showing you. This is the TGD platform, by the way. So you have access to all of this stuff.
Yeah, one of the most requested things on these live streams were instead of just showing this stuff at the end of the stream during a sales pitch, let's actually use it while we're explaining things. So we're doing that. All right. Michael, get off your cell phone. Be here. Be with me.
I'm nowhere else.
All right. Let's see. Who else has any questions? So all right. So they had Just Chilling asks a question. What platform is that? It's your own? I use Thinkorswim. Yes, it is. Well, what it is actually a company that we use, that we have an agreement with, called ETNA. This is the company right here. They have a full white labeled all-in-one paper trading software that we offer to you for free. It comes with real-time data from Quote Media. All right. And it is the same platform that is used at California State University, Fullerton, University of Wisconsin-Whitewater, Berkeley Haas, and Illinois Tech. So this is this exact platform that we have in True Trading Group, okay, is what you guys get to practice on. Literally the same ones that are being used at really high-end universities. So you're welcome. It's 100% free as part of your membership. All right. Let's see. What? What? Yes, the charts do have dark mode. You click toggle color right there. There you go, Darren. Right there. All dark mode for you, buddy. All right. Let's see, guys. Keep typing your questions. Let's get some questions in here. What do you got? What do you got?
Yeah, don't be shy, guys. Send your questions away. I know it's Friday. You guys want to get your weekend started.
Oh, Darren, you're not old. Here you go. Here you go, Mike. I'll read the question for you. Alyssa Montoya. I've like funny. No. I've been seeing your videos on how to grow a small account. What option contracts would you recommend for a $400 account? Also, risking just 1 to 2% is too little, specifically or especially with contracts. Advice? Thank you. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so Elisa, it's not possible for you to risk 1 or 2% on the trade. What you may be referring to is risking 1 or 2% on your account. So in one particular trade, you don't want to risk more than 2 or 3% of your entire account value. But it will be physically impossible for you to only risk 1 or 2% on the trade itself. Okay. If you're just starting out with a $400 account, some of the option contracts that you're going to want to focus on and pay attention to and trade will be the cheaper contracts. You're going to want to stay away from volatile stocks contracts like Roku, Affirm, Upstart, Moderna, NVAX, Amazon, Google, Tesla. You're going to want to stay away from those. Those are going to be way too expensive and therefore outside of your risk tolerance. You're going to want to focus on the slower moving stocks like a US Steel, a General Motors, a Ford. Okay. That's where you're going to want to focus your attention on a cheaper option, an option that is anywhere from, 50 cents up to $2 a contract. That's going to be a slower mover. That is where you are going to want to focus as you get things started with a small account. Also, the SPY. You can also trade options on the SPY. SPY options are going to be cheaper as well, but they'll be more volatile. All right. They will be cheaper, but they will be volatile. Do not make any mistake about it. SPY options can be very, very volatile, especially with the type of market environment that we are currently in. And Adam has up here right now, guys, on the screen. This is inside of our video library. We have a lot of different workshops and webinars that we've conducted with members. We do them live, and then we record these, and then we post them up inside of our video library. It's all included with your membership. You guys don't have to pay anything extra for access to this video library. It's all there for you.
Yeah, but the video that Alyssa was talking about was this video here. How to grow a small account. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, just to touch on what we just spoke about a second ago about the alerts. So I just now received this email into my email from my phone about the Tesla price alert I just set in the simulator, just to show you how that works, right?
Nice.
So just to give you an idea. All right. Let's go back over to the charts. Here we go. Mike. Are you, Didi wants to know, are you still in Bros? I have high hopes for longer term extension, or I think they're asking you if you have higher hopes for longer term extension on the price. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, I still am in Bros. This has been a phenomenal swing trade for us. Absolutely phenomenal swing trade. Guys, I got into Bros on October 11th at $48.41. The stock has since gone all the way up to the high of the day today was just nearly $57. So you're looking at a really, really, really nice gain on this. We also
What was the entry price?
48.41.
Hey, I'm
So
going to show you my skill.
And on that day, we also, so what I always do, guys, for those that don't know, whenever I trade a mid cap or a large cap, for those that don't have the capital to trade the stock itself, I'll always alert you to an option that you can follow the trade with. And I told you, if you were following me on this trade on October 11th when I got in, I had mentioned that you can look to buy the November 19th expiration $50 strike call option. That contract was at about $5 a contract at the time that I entered the trade. They were about like $4.50, $5. And I didn't even check to see where they went today, but I'm pretty sure those contracts went all the way up to like $10. So you're sitting on we got up to like about 100% gain on those contracts in just a few short days. 4 days after our entry, you guys are sitting on 100% gain on those contracts. And now today the stock's experiencing a little bit of a pullback. The stock is down 2 cents today from where it closed yesterday. And I think it would be healthy for the stock to consolidate here above 49. If we pull back to, as long as we're above 49, I'm still in the trade. I've already taken a lot of profit off on this position. This has been a home run trade. And I'll exit. I'll take my final profit off if we get below 49. But I would like to see this stock stay above that $49, $50 area, consolidate for 2 or 3 days, and then make another move and try to get up to the all-time high, which is 62.
Here we go. It's a question from Alex. Do you have thoughts on ABBA?
Yeah. It seems like the Chinese government is finally starting to back off these companies. And that's really what you had to wait for. You have a lot of support in BABA at 130, like tremendous support at 130. I think anywhere 130 to 160, that area, I think is a good place if you're looking for BABA in your long-term portfolio. I think that's a good area. You just got to keep your ears open about what the Chinese government is doing. Nobody can predict what the communist Chinese government does. Nobody can predict their decisions. No one can predict what they do. But they attacked these tech companies in a major, major, major regulatory way, and that caused all of these stocks to get absolutely pummeled. BABA was at $320 at the high in 2020 and went all the way down to 140. So that is, you want to talk about a gutting. I mean, talk about being gutted. So I do think that, I do like BABA. It's actually my favorite company of the Chinese companies. I think it's the most well-run company. It's the company out of all the Chinese companies that is the most similarly run to an American company. And I like BABA. I do. But it doesn't matter how good these companies are. If the Chinese government gets in their way, it doesn't matter how good the company is. The stocks are not going to perform. So you just have to understand that risk going into it. But from a pure price standpoint, I do think that down here around that 150 area, I do think it's a good area to buy.
All right. Penny heist. They're robbing pennies. See what I did there? I caught you that time. You jokester.
I did see that.
Yeah. You're not going to get me holding 2 dicks. They want to know, how much is our membership? $1 million. And is this good for day trading? Is this good for day trading?
I'll take this one.
No, why won't it work? Trying to do something. Hang on. Look at
What are
that
you trying to
face. That's the face of day trading right there. Look at those eyebrows. That ish is perfect. The face of day trading. Look at this. Look at this. Here, hang on. I'm gonna let you answer though. But where is it? Hang on. Here, trading history.
Did we lose you, Adam? Guys, I think we just lost Adam.
Yeah, zoom out a little.
I don't know if we lost Adam. All right, certainly seems like we've lost Adam. All right.
I'm back.
Oh, he's back. All right, damn it.
Well, what I was getting at before Joe jinxed the internet is this is his trading records on display inside of chat. That is the face. That guy holding his head right there. Mike, get your hands away from your face. Remember we talked about people want to see your eyebrows?
My hands aren't by my face.
Oh. On my end it looks like it.
Yeah, my hands aren't by my face.
Gotcha. All right, we'll continue. Answer the question.
Oh, you can tell it's Friday. Okay, Penny Heist. I know this is a very long and drawn out answer to your question, but yes, Penny Heist. This is good for day trading. It's also good for swing trading and long-term investing. We do everything in True Trading Group. And important for you to realize and to understand that True Trading Group is not just me. There's 8 other professional traders that are calling out trades that all have different styles and different strategies that they implement. So when you join True Trading Group, you're going to get exposure to a lot of different types of trading styles. And that's very important for someone that's first starting out, because a lot of people don't really understand what their trader identity is when they're first starting out. And they try to follow somebody else's trading style that may not work for them, whether it's because of personality traits or lifestyle. Those are the 2 biggest things that are going to dictate what your trading style is going to be: personality traits or lifestyle, meaning like, whether you're working a full-time job, how much time and energy and attention that you're able to put towards a trading style, right? Or whether you're, are you in front of a computer, or are you at a construction site, or are you in an ambulance truck? So that'll dictate trading style. But me, myself personally, I day trade and I swing trade. I trade stocks and I trade options. I trade small caps, mid caps, and I trade large caps. Literally trade all of it. We have other moderators in True Trading Group that specialize in options, that specialize in swing trading. We also do long-term investing type stuff. We always let you know whenever we're adding positions to our long-term portfolios. So there's a lot more to True Trading Group than just day trading. It's fantastic for day trading. Every single day inside of chat, we day trade and we also swing trade. And everything, and everything in between, and all throughout that, we also do some long-term investing and portfolio management type stuff as well. So a little bit of everything inside of True Trading Group, regardless of what you're looking for.
Let's keep it going. Look at Jan. Look at Jan, man. Did you just put up a J?
Way to go, Jan.
Did you just put up a J? And we were like, yeah, Jan.
I don't know what I was doing. Jan, congratulations. 5 green days this week. I love it. Mark that off, Jan. Cross that off on the goals list, because now your goal is to have 10. Great job, man. 5 green days in a row. Great job. Really great job.
Here you go, Mike. Mike, pull up your charts for a second. Do a quick little thing for Maria on WMT while I set something up on mine.
Maria, you got to be careful with. Okay, so here's what I'll say regarding Walmart. Okay, any company that relies on the delivery of goods, I'm a little cautious of. Just because of these supply chain issues, shipping and transportation issues, I'm just a little weary of them. I love Walmart as a company for the long run. I think their management team is very innovative and creative. And I think they've done a phenomenal job. But the supply chain issues and everything is a little concerning. And you've got a couple of key levels that we can look at, and I'll draw your all-time highs. Very, very obvious resistance at 150, 153. Very obvious, right? There's your all-time highs. Very obvious resistance there on Walmart. And then you have very clear support, okay, at 135. Very clear support at 135. All right, here you have it. There you have it. Okay, and now here we are just kind of sitting here right in the middle. The other thing that I'm not crazy about Walmart is that we are sitting beneath all three major moving averages. There's your 50, there's your 100, there's your 200-day moving average. Now, these moving averages have never really played a major role in price action, meaning like if you look back to the left, you'll see the price of the stock went up. It went right through these moving averages like they weren't even there. So there's, previously those moving averages never really had much of an effect on the stock. So I'm not sure, how good they're going to be, right? How these are going to play and if they're going to have any impact on price action. But it seems like right now, that 200-day moving average is acting as resistance. So what I want to be careful of is not getting caught in what looks like it could be a bear flag. Okay, could be a bear flag. All right, and then here would be your down move, right? There's your down move. Oops. There's your down move. And then here is your bear flag. Okay, and what you got to be careful of is with this, we've got obviously earnings coming up, and it's twofold because you've got a strong consumer. We had good retail numbers today. You got a strong consumer, which bodes well for Walmart, but then that supply chain issue and deliverability of goods is still a little bit of a problem. And I think that that is just a reason to be cautious. I don't see anything right now that would make me want to get long Walmart for a swing trade. I mean, if you want to long it for your long-term portfolio, great. I like the company. But for a trade, I think there's better opportunities out there for a trade idea. Welcome back, buddy. We missed you. Your mic is muted, though, so I can't hear you.
I said, no, you didn't.
You calling me a liar?
Yeah. All right, let's see what we got here. Here you go, Mike. Could there be further downside to space?
Yes.
Okay, well, you still have WMT on the chart, so
I don't even have to look at the chart.
I know. It's still confusing.
I'll explain to you guys why. I'll explain to you why there could be further downside on space. Okay. There could be further downside on every single one of the companies that is involved with space exploration. And let me explain to you why. Space exploration is extremely, extremely, extremely new. It is in its absolute complete infancy. Never mind infancy. It's in its embryo stage. Okay. You also will always forever have the horrible possibility of one of these launches going wrong. And if one of these launches ever goes wrong, there's no floor to where that disaster could take the price of a stock on a company that is not profitable. Okay. So, these companies are so far away from recognizing, or I should say not recognizing, realizing the potential of this addressable market They're really just proving the concept right now, and they're proving this is what these companies are doing right now. They're proving demand for their product, and they're proving conceptually that their business model can be successful, meaning they're proving that people want to go to space, and they're proving they can send people to space. That's what they've proven over the last year, right? You've had the Virgin launch. You've had a lot of SpaceX launches, which is a little bit different. But Virgin, Blue Origin, you're talking about that commercial space flight. SpaceX, I look at as being a little bit different. Not just like commercial, hey, I want to buy a ticket, I want to go to outer space, which I will be going to outer space sometime in the next few years. I can guarantee you guys that. Absolutely 100% will be going to space. It is a lifelong dream of mine that I will fulfill in the next few years, and I will live stream it right up until I lose internet. Or maybe I can ask, maybe we can connect to what is it, Starlink or Space, whatever, and see if Elon Musk can get me connected so I can stream all up there. That would be so amazing. But yeah, you're going to have more potential downside on all of these stocks. There's never going to be a point, because how do you fundamentally value any one of these companies? There's a lot of it is hype, a lot of it is excitement, a lot of it is what we're expecting in the future. How do you fundamentally put a value on one of these companies? Right? It's too difficult to do that right now. It's too early. Nobody even understands what the total addressable market for this industry is yet. No one understands how, what the pricing is going to look like in the long run, like what their margins are going to look like in the long run. And then what happens if one of these launches go wrong? None of that has ever been priced out yet. So it's very, very, very difficult to put a fair fundamental value on these companies. And that's why I don't have to look at a chart. There will always be potentially more downside on all of the space companies, but there's also a tremendously ridiculous amount of upside. But that upside is something that you better be willing to hold on for the next 10 to 15 years in order to capitalize on, because this industry is literally in its embryonic stage. Can you give your input on pot stocks and why they would be going down when the market jumped so much the past 2 days? I don't really look at the pot stocks as being really correlated to the overall markets. They never really have been, in my opinion, at least. I feel like they're an isolated industry that is going to move based on legislation and regulation. I don't think that there's anything really, there's a connection to the overall markets. They don't necessarily have to go up when markets go up. They don't necessarily have to go down when markets go down. There could be an announcement tomorrow, like literally Monday, you can get a new wave of COVID spreads across the world within 10 hours and closes the entire economy. But President Biden just signed an executive order legalizing marijuana, and the overall markets would go down 20%, and cannabis stock would go up 100%. So it's completely tied to regulation and legislation. I will remain extremely bullish on the U.S. cannabis companies, Curaleaf, Green Thumb, Trulieve. I am extremely bullish on those companies in the long run. And this goes back to kind of something that I was just talking about earlier about institutional investors getting involved in Bitcoin and that stabilizing the price and the volatility, because institutional investors will take a stand. Institutional investors will say, this stock is worth $20 a share all day long. I will buy every single share underneath $20 that I can get my hands on. Retail traders don't do that. It's tougher with these U.S. cannabis companies because they're traded on the OTC. There's a lot of hedge funds. There's a lot of portfolio and asset managers that would love to own these companies, but cannot from a legal regulatory mandate perspective. When I used to work the hedge fund in New York, I was not allowed to buy OTC stocks. I was not allowed to own them. Okay, I could not put them into the portfolio. I was restricted from buying OTC stocks. So now, me just being one person and just one fund. Now imagine, now there are a handful of funds that could buy OTC stocks, but the big funds that are out there, a lot of them can't, and a lot of them won't because of liquidity issues. These stocks are not liquid. A hedge fund can't come in there tomorrow and just buy 500,000 shares of Curaleaf. They can't. There's not enough volume. So when you don't have institutional support, meaning there's not enough hedge funds and asset managers and portfolio managers in the world that are going to say, I will buy Curaleaf at $10.50 all day long because I know it's worth more than that. That creates a floor for a stock. You don't have that in the OTC. So it's just retail traders stepping in and buying and selling and buying and selling and buying and selling. And when the price starts to go down, retail traders crap their pants. They panic, they sell, which then causes the stock to go down more, which then causes other retail traders to get scared, which causes them to sell, and so on 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 until the stock eventually bottoms out. I don't care if Curaleaf goes lower. I own Curaleaf. I intend on owning more. I hope that this stock actually gets down around 10. I got to like 10.50 today. Anywhere like 9.50 to 10.50 is another buying zone for me on Curaleaf. I am nowhere near the size of the position that I want for my long-term portfolio in these companies. So I will continue to be a buyer as the stock drifts into my buying zones. And it doesn't matter to me where the price of stock goes today because I'm not in these stocks looking for a move next week, next month. I'm in these stocks waiting for the day that cannabis is legal in the United States. And I'm waiting for the day that I'm not even waiting for that. I'm waiting for these companies to be able to uplist to the New York Stock Exchange. And when that day comes, it's too late. You would have missed the boat by the time that day comes because once a company like Curaleaf is allowed to trade on the New York Stock Exchange, forget it. No one's going to want to own Aurora. No one's going to want to own Canopy. They're not profitable companies yet. Their total addressable market is tiny compared to the United States. Curaleaf is a company that's going to do $1 billion in sales. Let me say that again. That company is going to do $1 billion in sales. None of the Canadian companies, which all trade on a major exchange in the United States because it's federally legal in Canada, so they're allowed to, none of them are anywhere near that number. Canopy's not even profitable. Aurora, not profitable. Curaleaf is profitable. And is it going to do $1 billion in sales? So you tell me, if I'm a hedge fund manager and Curaleaf, Trulieve, Green Thumb, they uplist. I can now buy them if I want. Do you think a hedge fund manager is going to want to own Canopy and Aurora, two companies in Canada with a much smaller total addressable market that is still operating at a net loss that has ridiculous amounts of debt? Or am I going to want to go and own Curaleaf that's going to do $1 billion in sales that's already profitable? What company are you going to want to own that also has an industry that is literally 10 times the size? 10 times the size. That's why I own these companies. I don't care if the stock goes down 20% from when I buy it. I don't care. It's in my long-term portfolio. It will be there for the next 5 years easily. And when the day comes that, because I believe it's a matter of when, not if. If you believe it's a matter of when the United States makes marijuana, or at least medical marijuana, federally legal, okay? If you believe it is a matter of when, not if that happens, then you should own these companies, my opinion. If you don't think the government will ever, from a federal standpoint, remove the restrictions on marijuana, then you should not own these companies. That's the bet you're making. That's not going to happen today. It's not going to happen next week. It's not going to happen next month. Shit, it's not going to happen next year. That's why they're in the long-term portfolio.
All right. All right. We've been going for an hour and 15 minutes.
Wow.
An hour and 15 minutes. Why don't you do your little thing on the, not little, you know what I mean, do your little dance on the SPY?
Yeah, we'll talk about the SPY for a little bit because this was a
all right.
This is a pretty big day for the SPY. So, guys, these last 2 days in the SPY have been absolutely amazing. I am actually astonished at how strong this market has been the last 2 days. The size of the moves that we've had to the upside for 2 days in a row is incredible. You usually don't see the markets go up this quickly. You usually don't. You usually do not see the markets go up this quickly. All right. It's really tough to gauge. Honestly, I will say that the correction is over. This little pullback correction is now over for now. That's a strong enough of a bounce back to say that that initial panic, and not necessarily panic, but that shakeup has subsided, and that fear has subsided. All you guys have to do is take a look at UBXY. Take a look at UBXY, which is the ETF that tracks the VIX. This thing just made new lows. Okay, so we just made new lows on. Oops, what am I doing? We just made new lows on UBXY. So that's ETF that tracks the VIX. The VIX is your volatility and your fear gauge of the overall market. So that made new lows while we just made this move. So the fear has really subsided, and it's on the back of strong earnings. The lowest jobless claims number since the beginning of the pandemic. Some news out of the semiconductors about, supply chain and chip shortages, and some inflation data that has kind of cooled off. Add on top of that, really strong earnings from the banks. Add on top of that, strong retail data. And that leaves you with literally not a single negative headline that can keep the markets down over the last 2 days. All of those things I just said to you have been the news headlines for the last 2 days. Not one negative. Literally, not one piece of negative news. And that's why you've gotten the markets make the move that they did. But something that they talked about on CNBC today that I think is actually really, really, really important is that the earnings that we have gotten so far have not been from companies that are going to be affected by supply chain issues, like the banks. The banks are reporting blowout earnings, okay? Really strong earnings coming from the financial sector. Those companies have no reliance whatsoever on supply chain. They don't ship goods around the world. They don't order inventory and have to stock shelves. They don't have to fulfill orders in their warehouse. They don't have to worry about staff shortages on the assembly line. They don't have to worry about not being able to get semiconductors to build their product. So the sentiment that you have right now in the markets is kind of like an all things go, green light across the board. But I still think, and I said this to you guys last week, that going into this week and the weeks coming up, it's going to be all about earnings. And it's going to be all about not just what are the earnings of Q3, but what does Q4 and Q1 look like? What are company CEOs going to say about inflationary pressures, What are companies going to say about supply chain restraints? What are they going to say about that? How big of an issue is it for these companies that rely on supply chain and logistics and cost of goods? Because the banks don't have to worry about that. So I want to hear from those companies. And if you start to get those companies report earnings, and every single one of the CEOs on their conference call talks about revised guidance for the year end and revised guidance for next year because of inflation and because of supply chain restraints and because of labor shortages, the sentiment can go right back to a level of uncertainty. And then if you get inflation numbers, if it was a temporary pause in inflationary pressures, and all of a sudden your CPI data and PPI data and all your other inflationary numbers that come out next month, if they all actually tick up again, you're going to be right back to where we were a couple of weeks ago with the same concerns of supply chain issues and labor shortages, wage pressures, inflationary pressures, cost of goods, companies not having pricing power to pass those price increases onto the consumer. And if they do pass it on to the consumer and inflation continues, that reduces the purchasing power of the consumer because it makes the dollar less valuable. So if a consumer has $100 to spend at a grocery store, okay, and and milk used to cost $4 and now it costs $7, the pricing power of the consumer has now gone down, which leads to lower profits for companies, which leads to lower earnings, which leads to revised guidance, which leads to downward price action in the market. So it's very possible that all of that can still be here. I think it's too early to just say, that's it, yay, we're finished. It's too early to say that because the issues that took the markets down, we haven't gotten all clear from that yet. We got earnings from the banks and Alcoa. Great. Alcoa, great job. Seriously, amazing earnings from Alcoa. But we got earnings from the banks. We got the lowest jobless claims since the pandemic. Is that a surprise to anybody? Honestly, no, because unemployment benefits ended in September. So guess what? Everyone that was collecting those unemployment benefits, they got to get their ass back to work. So it's not a surprise that the jobless claims have gone down. I want to know about supply chain. I want to know about inflation. And the banks really don't have to worry about that. That's why the banks are a good place to hide during inflationary times. Because the steepening of the yield curve, the back end of the yield curve, that's good for banks. As interest rates go up, that's good for banks. They literally make more money just by turning on the lights. But it's not good for other areas of the market. And financials can't hold the markets up by themselves. Financials and energy can't hold the stock market up by itself. You need a lot more than that. So as amazing as these last 2 days have been in the overall markets, I am not ready to put my stamp of rally caps on this. The worries are over. I'm not ready to say that yet. I'm just not. I will be if all of the other companies in the other sectors that are affected by supply chain and cost of goods and inflation, if those CEOs give me the all clear for Q4 and Q1 and they say, oh, we think the supply chain bottlenecks, they're going to loosen up next quarter. We're going to be fine. We think inflation is going to settle down. More people are coming back to work now that Delta variant has peaked. Nobody cares about COVID anymore, apparently. It's like, you have all these different things that are starting to come to fruition, which can bring people back to work. Okay. You have, people are either coming back to work that were not going to work because of health concerns, and you have more people going back to work because of unemployment benefits have run out. So it's a double whammy for getting people back into the jobs market. So we got to see what companies say about Q4 and Q1 regarding those topics. All right. Your next major level of resistance you have to pay attention to is 448.50. It's right here, folks. That's your level. Okay, 448.50. That's your next major level of resistance. And now you look for support right here around 444. And now this 50-day moving average, that was once support. It then became resistance. Well, guess what, folks? It's now support once again. So that becomes your new support level. So your new support level is down around 444, and your new resistance level is 448.50. Okay? And there you have it. All right? I think the markets get back to 448.50, and then the markets put in a lower high at 448.50, and then the markets pull themselves back down into the 430s. That's my own personal opinion. That's what I believe. I think the markets next week get maybe up to that 448 and then puts in a lower high compared to all-time high, puts in a lower high, and then maybe starts to give you a little bit more of a pullback once other companies report earnings and they start to talk about supply chain, inflation, labor shortages, all of those different topics. And that brings the worries back into the market. But we'll see. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. We got to see what those companies have to say. All right.
All right. One last question, Michael.
Sure.
With everything going on in the markets, why does being a part of TTG, True Trading Group, right now make sense? Sound off, Michael.
Honestly, because it's the greatest time to be an active participant in the markets. It's the best time that I've ever seen. It's the best time to be an active participant in the markets, literally since for my entire career, because for so many different reasons, you have such amazing volatility in the overall market that the opportunity that is being presented to you on a daily basis is amazing. I need to point something out to you, okay? Because a lot of people don't really understand this. The action that you have in the market this year is not normal. This is not normal. I'm going to go to a weekly chart. So every candle is going to represent 1 week, okay? This, my friends, is not normal, okay? That's not normal. The volatility that we are seeing even now, like I'll go back to a daily chart, the size of these moves in the market are excessive. They're excessive. This is not regular market. Look at the size of the moves up and down, up and down. It's the best time to be an active participant because now let me take you all the way back to after. Let's go all the way back to after the dot-com bubble burst. This was the dot-com bubble bursting. This was a huge stock market crash, right? Can I show you guys what the markets did in 2004, 2005, and 2006? Literally nothing. Nothing. They slowly, like a mother effing snail, crawled higher. Let me put things into perspective. The SPY in 2004 went up 10 points. Let me say that again. In 2004, the SPY went up 10 points the whole year. The SPY in the last 2 days has gone up 10 points. 12 points, actually. Let me actually go back and just see where we are. Where was it? So 436. 10 points. Okay. So literally what the SPY did right there. That is the distance. Now, obviously, percentages are different.
Is that a snail? Is that an MFer snail?
Yes, that's an MF and snail.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
That's an MF and snail. Thank you very much for the visual so people understand the MF and snail. Okay. We have moved 10 points in the last 2 days. Do you understand how volatile this market actually is now? Let's go back. Let's go back to after the crash of 08. After the crash of 08, okay? Let's go to 2010. Let's just zoom in on 2010. Okay? Here's 2010. 2010, we opened at 112. We closed at 126. So once again, a 14-point move the entire year. The entire year. Folks, we are doing that on a weekly basis right now. Every single one of these candles represents a week. These candles are 15 points wide. We have volatility of an entire year worth of trading compacted into 1 week. This is why this is the greatest time to be an active participant in the markets. There's so much opportunity to be made. It's unbelievable how much opportunity there is to be made. Okay? This is why you guys have to be educated to take advantage of these opportunities. You have people on a daily, not even the rise of the retail trader, tens of millions of new retail accounts coming into the markets that are cashed up, that never used to be involved in the markets, give you even more opportunity. This is why you guys have to get yourself an education. You got to understand how to take advantage of these opportunities, both from an active trading standpoint, but also from a long-term investing standpoint. This is where money's made, guys. This is where money is made, but it's not going to happen by you just reading a conversation on Reddit. It's not going to happen by you following somebody on StockTwits. It's going to happen by you actually getting an education so that when you look at a chart like I'm looking at right now, you actually understand what you're looking at and you understand the probability of this security going higher or lower. And once you can do that, you put yourself on the right side of that probability and control your risk over and over and over again. And that is how you guys take advantage of the volatility that we have here. So stop trying to get rich quick. Stop trying to cut corners. Stop trying to figure out the secret. There's no secret. Believe me, if there was a secret when I worked at the fund, they would have told me it. The secret is that when I did work at the fund, they didn't let me touch $1 of their money until I went through their educational training program. That's the secret. The secret's education. There it is. The secret is education. Okay? I'd like to actually know real quick how many people are on the live stream that are not a member of True Trading Group. Guys, do me a favor. Type the letters TTG if you are not a member of True Trading Group.
In this view, I look like a weird growth on the side of your TV.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. We got Haggis NZ bicycle shorts. Moose, Aaron. Okay. Mark King, Eric Hansen. Mike, am I helping today with your voice?
Yes, thank you very much.
You're very welcome, buddy. All right.
All right, good guys. We have a lot of.
Do we have a lot of?
What?
No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead. Look, Ramit Wahab said TTG soon.
Yes, I like it, man. Ramat, I like it. Okay, guys, listen. For those of you that are typing TTG in chat, I need you guys to just listen up real quick because results matter at True Trading Group. Okay. We're here to help people reach their goals of becoming consistently profitable traders by combining top-notch education with premium tools from companies like TradingView, Benzinga, Quote Media, Trade Ideas, and more. We're a community of traders that all shares the same goal, and that's to learn, trade, and profit together. If you guys have been following our lives for a while, you understand that we have been moving the price of our membership up by a couple of bucks every day. While we work the price of our membership up to over $2,000. It is official that on February 1st of 2022, our membership for 1 year will be an all-inclusive price of $2,500. Now, the good news is we're not there yet, but every day the price of this membership goes up until we reach that number. Last week, you could have joined for $11.06, okay? But that price, that membership continues to go up. Today, you can join for $11.82, all right? Now, there's not going to be a Halloween sale. There won't be a Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year sale. Today is literally the cheapest price. You're going to be able to get a membership to True Trading Group. So you want to make sure that you use the coupon code TTG121. You'll get a 46% discount on that membership, brings the price all the way down to $1,182. And for the next 25 people that join True Trading Group, you are going to be getting a brand new free laptop. Adam, thank you very much, buddy. Adam pulled it off. He was able to get a batch of 20 laptops today, guys. He did it. He secured them. It's
actually a much larger batch than 20. But we're giving out I'm giving some to people that renew as well. So 25 is what we have for new members.
Very cool. Adam secured the bag. There you have it, folks. All right. So the next 25 people that join True Trading Group with coupon code TGD121, you guys are going to get a 46% discount and a brand new free laptop. We even cover the shipping costs. We ship anywhere in the world. You're also going to get 2 small private mentor study groups with a TGD mod. This is going to be your chance to get individual attention from a True Trading Group moderator, ask questions, go over lessons and topics that you're struggling with so we can really help to speed up that learning curve. Take advantage of these. Okay, take advantage of these. They are there to help you. And also, guys, I told you before, results matter in True Trading Group. And because they matter, I offer a money-back guarantee. Here's the deal. I stand behind this program. I put my money where my mouth is. It is not just empty words and broken promises in True Trading Group. Results matter. And over 80% of our members are successful, meaning they're making money. They're becoming better traders. If you guys don't believe me, watch this real quick. Guys, if you're a member of True Trading Group and you're making money and becoming a better trader, type the number 1 in chat right now. Type the number 1 in chat right now if you guys are making money and becoming a better trader because of TTG. Now, anyone that's not a member, pay attention to the amount of number 1s that are going to come through the side of the screen. It's important that you read these and you count and you see all of these number 1s because this is the reason why I'm able to offer you what I'm about to offer you right now. I stand behind this platform with my life, okay? I am so confident that if you put in a little bit of energy, this can work for you, that here's what I'm willing to do. Anyone that joins TTG and goes through the courses, passes the quizzes at the end of the courses, and attends one of those private study groups, if you do those 3 things and still do not make your membership fee back at least once, I will give you your entire membership fee back plus $100. Yes, you heard me correctly. If you go through our courses, pass our quizzes, attend one study group, if you don't make back your membership fee at least once, that's $1,182. If you don't make that back at least once, I'm going to give you back $1,282, and you're going to keep that brand new free laptop. So essentially, if you join True Trading Group and do not make back your membership fee, you're essentially getting a few $100 net gain on your subscription because you're getting the value of a free laptop. Plus, I'm giving you an extra $100 cash on top of your membership fee back. That is how much I stand behind this platform and this program. I promise you will not find a single other service group company out there that would be willing to do this because none of them are as confident in their platform as we are. You guys can think of us as the Netflix of trading communities because TTG is a platform. Okay, it is not just about trade alerts and courses. It is a platform. Okay, Think of us as the Netflix of trading communities, because you're going to get access to the top premium trading tools and products because we bundle them together as part of your membership. Included in your membership is going to be our newly launched Trading Performance Journal. This will help you track your stocks, options, crypto, and even futures trades to help isolate those mistakes and identify where you're going wrong so we can make changes, make adjustments to help you guys improve on all of your trading. Do we have that, Adam? Or there it is. So there's your trading journal, folks. Okay, this is just one of the many tools that you're going to get access to as a member of True Trading Group to keep track of all of your trading. You're also going to get our Benzinga Pro real-time newsfeed. This is a live breaking up to the second news alert service directly inside of our chat room that gives you guys news as soon as it crosses the wire. You cannot rely on delayed news from something like Yahoo Finance. You've got to get news at the same speed as the pros. In order to do that, we give you this Benzinga Pro newsfeed. So this way you can react at the same speed as the professionals. Okay. You're also going to get Quote Streams real-time level 2. This is a full book level 2. So you're going to see all of the market makers inside level 2, not just the ones that your broker shows you. Then you're getting ETNA's Trade Simulator. This is going to let you trade stocks and options with fake money while you practice implementing what you've learned in the courses. This is the same simulator that's used at Cal State University Fullerton, University of Wisconsin Whitewater, Berkeley Haas, and Illinois Tech. Then you're going to get our Trade Ideas scanner that's going to show you stocks making new highs, new lows that have a surge in volume. It's broken up into small cap, mid cap, large cap. Whatever you trade, we make sure you're focused on the best stocks during the day. On top of that, you get also our proprietary scanner, which is the same functionality as FinViz Elite. You can create and save your own scanner, but also you can click on any ticker symbol in this scanner and get unlimited downloadable PDF reports that show you all of the analyst ratings for that particular stock. Wouldn't it be nice before you buy a stock to go check and see how many analysts agree with you that it's a buy? You can do that now. All of this is at your fingertips. Everything I'm showing you is included with your membership. You do not pay $1 extra for any of it. When you pay $11.82 with coupon code TGD121, you get everything I'm showing you here right now included. There are no upsells at True Trading Group for these courses and these tools, guys. They are all included with your annual membership. Then it gets better because we have a social sentiment scan. Wait, there's more. There's a social sentiment scanner that literally scours Reddit, StockTwits, and Twitter and tells you what are the most talked about stocks on social media, gives you other useful information like what's the size of the float, what percentage of the float is short. This is something that only used to be something that, hedge funds and professionals had with algorithms and all of this such. But this is now at the fingertips of our TTG members, so we can help level the playing field. That's what your trading group is about, leveling the playing field, giving you access to not only the same education that professionals receive, but also giving you access to the same tools and resources that professionals use to make sure to give you the best chance of being successful. You're also going to get TradingView's Pro Plus charting software. Adam was showing you guys this earlier on the live. It's one of the most commonly used charting softwares by active traders. You're also then going to be getting a minimum of 10 easy to follow, actionable real-time trade alerts per week from a community of traders that's currently sporting about an 84% win rate. We are fully transparent in chat. We keep this trading journal that tracks every buy and every sell that all of our moderators make, so you can follow along and see how you'd be performing if you were following all of our trade alerts. Then you're going to be getting those 2 small private study groups with a TeachD mod. That's your chance to get individual attention from a TeachD mod to ask questions, go over lessons and topics that you're struggling with to help speed up that learning curve. Then we've got the courses. The courses are a simplified and expanded upon version of the stuff I learned working at the fund in New York. There's beginner and foundation courses. There's advanced courses. There's also courses on options, swing trading, trader psychology, and crypto. They're in text and video format, whichever is easier for you to learn. You get access to all of them. There are no VIP or pro courses that cost you more money. They're all included with your membership to True Trading Group. Then in addition to the courses, you have our video library that has well over 100 hours of additional educational video content. These are workshops and webinars that our moderators have conducted covering a variety of different trading topics like how to trade while working a full-time job, how to resist FOMO, how to grow a small account. All of this stuff you have access to, in addition to, of course, our chat room, where the moderators and I share our screen with you during the day. We're live on the microphone calling out our trades in advance. answering questions through direct messages. We're there with you from pre-market till after hours. We're there with you the entire day, guys. Take advantage of this discount code because the price of our membership is going up literally every day, guys. This membership gets walked up until we're going to be $2,500 in February. Take advantage of the price now of $11.82 with coupon code TTG121 to put things into perspective for you, the value that you're getting at this price point. The TTG membership you can get for $11.82. But let's say you don't want to join, but you think that Benzinga newsfeed can be something that was helpful to you. If you went to Benzinga and signed up for their Benzinga Pro live newsfeed with Squawk Box feature, they're going to charge you $1,400 a year. Well, that's odd because you can get that exact same newsfeed for $11.82 and everything else I just mentioned to you. That's the value of your membership. Our goal is to disrupt this entire industry, folks. In order to do that, we got to provide insane value and results at a price substantially less than any of our so-called competitors. The price of this membership comes out to just under a cup of coffee a day.
Can I interrupt for a second?
Sure.
Doesn't look like you're sure.
Sure.
You sure?
Positive.
Are you sure?
100%.
What happens when you tie them all together like this?
You get a badass trading platform.
So this is the share screen inside of the chat room. These are your charts. If you wanted to go and check out some of the videos, they're right here. You got level 2 down here, your watch list over here, your Benzinga news feed right over yonder, your screener over here, your chat right here. Social sentiment over here, and your trade journal.
So badass.
So, guys, this is you can kind of see where the future of True Trading Group is going when we show you stuff like this. All right. Anyways, Michael, continue.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, guys. I mean, this is what I mean by TTG is a platform. You are not joining True Trading Group just to get alerts. There's so much more to a TTG membership. Okay. Yes, you are getting all of our trade alerts in real time. I also come on the microphone before I ever enter a trade, just so we're clear. So, and my TTG members can all verify this. I come on the microphone. I tell everybody what stock I'm about to buy before I buy it. I tell you where I'm looking to be a buyer, where's my stop loss, where I'm going to take profit. I give you my entire game plan before I enter. And then as soon as my trade order actually executes, that's when the notification appears in the chat, when my order fills with the order fill, the stop loss, etc., from that order execution. Okay. So, and my TTG fam, you all can confirm this, right? You guys can all confirm this. Okay, that this is true, that's how it goes down inside of chat each and every single day in the TTG fam. So you guys get access to all this stuff. And guys, literally, the money back guarantee, I don't even know what you're even contemplating at this point. If you're ever considered joining a group and learning how to do this professionally, I'm not going to teach you any gimmicks. I'm giving you the same education that I got when I worked at the fund. Okay. A simplified version of that, and then also an expanded upon version of that. But we stand behind this program. So I see the results my members have. Over 80% of our members are making money, becoming better traders. If that was not true, I wouldn't be able to offer you money back guarantee. Our refund rate since inception, we went live to the public in 2017. Since then, our refund rate is 1.56%. 1.56%. We have never denied anyone a refund that went through the courses, passed the quizzes, and attended one private study group. If you do those three things and don't make back your membership fee at least once, and you ask us for a refund, not one person has ever been denied. But the frequency of that event occurring is 1.56%. I share that with you to show you not only how infrequently, that we get a refund request, but also to prove to you the refund is in fact real. Everything I'm telling you is on the website. You know you're going to get exactly what I'm saying to you here. So if you go through and you do those 3 things, I'm telling you now, if you don't make your membership fee back at least once, that's $11.82. I'm going to give you that $11.82 back. Plus, I'm going to give you an extra $100 on top for the inconvenience. That's how much I believe in this program. You just have to enter TTG121 coupon code. You'll know that you're getting, and you got to click apply code to get the discount. You'll know you're getting one of the 25 free laptops because you'll see it in the checkout cart. You see how the laptop is right there in your checkout cart? That's how you know you're getting a laptop. If you don't see the laptop there, that means we've sold out of the 25 laptops. Okay? But use that coupon code now. Lock in that 46% discount. Get that money back guarantee plus the $100. Get access to 2 small private mentor study groups, a brand new free laptop, TTG121 coupon code. If you're still not ready to join the team, what's up, Adam?
I was going to say Monday we're going to be above 1,200.
Yeah, but guys, Sunday night at midnight, the price is jumping up over 1,200. You guys can get it now for $11.82. Last week it was $11.06. Monday we're going to be over 1,200. It's going to go up and up and up until February 1st, $2,500. Okay. So guys, listen, if you're still not ready to join the group, we do have a 1-week trial. You can go to ttgthree.com. Again, that's ttgthree.com. It's only $3. We charge $3 to make sure you're a real person. All right. Charge $3 to make sure you're a real person. It's a one-time payment. There's no auto renew. There's no recurring payment. It's only $3. You just have to go to ttgthree.com in order for you guys to join the trial. But if you do the trial, you're not going to get the 46% discount. The most you'll get is a 35% discount. You're not going to get a free laptop either. But if you want to try us out for a full week, you certainly can. You're welcome to become part of the fam for a week. Join us. See what it's like to be part of the community. Otherwise, you guys use coupon code TTG121, get the 46% discount, the brand new free laptop, the money back guarantee plus $100. What do you have to lose? Literally, worst case scenario, you join True Trading Group, you get a free laptop, you don't make back your membership fee. I give you the $11.82 back, plus I give you an extra $100 on top of that, and you got a free laptop in the meantime. You still win regardless of what happens. You literally still win. Think of it this way, guys. If you think of it this way, okay, so let's see, what is that? You're getting like an 8% return on your money. A 9%, you're getting like an 8.5% return on your money. The $11.82, if you don't make it back, we're going to give it back to you plus $100. Well, $100 is like 8.5% of $11.82. Then you're also getting a free laptop, which is worth a few $100 there. So look at the return on your investment. What do you have to lose? Use that coupon code now. Smash that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications. Thanks for joining me today.
And welcome, William.
Oh, William. Everybody, welcome William, the newest member of the TTG family. We now have 24 laptops left. Everybody, welcome William. Coupon code TTG121. TTG121. Guys, use that coupon code now. All right. That's it, guys. Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining me. I'll check you guys all Sunday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to go over the weekly outlook and how I plan on making money next week. Have a great weekend, everybody.